Bonjour, this is Learn French with Frida. Bienvenue. Today we continue with the second part of moi-même, the video that we had last weekend when we were talking about myself in French. So myself is moi-même. Here is a short recap of what happened in the last video if you are not able to watch. We started by learning how to say one's name in French. For example, je m'appelle Frida. Then we learned how to say one's age in French. And then we proceeded to learn how to describe parts of our bodies in French. Like when you want to say, I have long hair, I have black hair, I have short legs, I have short fingers. How do you say that in French? And the last section of that lesson, we were learning about how to describe ourselves using different adjectives. Like, how do you say I'm beautiful? How do you say I am nice? And today we proceed to the second video about moi-même. This video will be divided into 3 sections. The first section, we will be learning about how to talk about my family in French. The second section, we will learn how to talk about my pets and the animals that I love and the animals that I don't like in French. And on the last section, we will learn about how to describe one's hobbies in French. Bienvenue. Let's start off by learning about our families. We will start this section by learning about names of different family members in French, and then we will proceed to form sentences describing our own families in French. The members of a nuclear family are father, mother, and children. My father in French is mon père. Please remember to repeat after me. Mon père. My mother, ma mère. My sister, ma sœur. My brother, mon frère. Those are the members of a nuclear family. Let's proceed to the extended family. My uncle, mon oncle. My aunt, ma tante. My cousin, who is a girl, ma cousine. And my cousin, who is a boy, mon cousin. My grandfather, mon grand-père. My grandmother, ma grand-mère. My niece, ma nièce. My nephew, mon neveu. Those are the names of members of a family in French. Now let's see how we can form sentences describing different members of our families. When you want to talk about your family, what will you say? So the first sentence is when you want to tell us that I have a family. I have a family in French is j'ai une famille. J'ai une famille. Another sentence, you can say, in my family, we are 6. In my family, we are 6. You will say, dans ma famille, nous sommes 6. Dans ma famille, nous sommes 6. And then you can go ahead and tell us their names. Who are they? You can proceed and name those family members in French. For example, you can say, mes parents s'appellent Monsieur et Madame Kamau. That means my parents are Mr. and Mrs. Kamau. Or you can name them separately and say, mon père s'appelle Monsieur Kamau et ma mère s'appelle Madame Kamau, for example. Then you can tell us about your sisters and your brothers and say, mes sœurs, if you're six, maybe two are your parents, you have two sisters, and you have a brother and yourself. So after naming your parents, you can name your brother and say, mon frère s'appelle Molly et mes sœurs s'appellent Jolie et Dolly. So your sentence will be like, dans ma famille, nous sommes six. Mes parents, mon frère, mes deux sœurs et moi. Mes parents s'appellent Monsieur et Madame Kamau. Mon frère s'appelle Molly. Et mes deux sœurs s'appellent Jolie et Dolly. Can you form such a sentence describing your family? Let's try and describe our extended family. You can also say, j'ai deux oncles. J'ai deux oncles, that is to say, I have two uncles qui s'appellent Maina et Onyango. J'ai deux oncles qui s'appellent Maina et Onyango. That is to say, I have two uncles called Maina and Onyango. You can even tell us where they live. Mon oncle Maina habite à Nairobi avec son famille. My uncle Maina lives in Nairobi with his family. Et mon oncle Onyango habite à Kisumu avec mes grands-parents. Et mon oncle Onyango habite à Kisumu avec mes grands-parents. And my uncle Onyango lives in Kisumu with my grandparents. Tell us more. Tu as des cousines et des cousins? Do you have cousins? Oui. J'ai 3 cousines et 5 cousins. J'ai 3 cousines et 5 cousins. Mes cousines s'appellent Talia, Tunu et Tanui. Mes cousines s'appellent Talia, Tunu et Tanui. Mes cousins s'appellent Jojo, Jude et Jaden. Mes cousins s'appellent Jojo, Jude et Jaden. Tell us more about your family. Où habites-tu? Où habites-tu? Moi, j'habite à Nairobi. I live in Nairobi, and you can tell us with who. J'habite à Nairobi avec mes parents et mes deux sœurs. I live in Nairobi with my 2 sisters. Et ton frère? Où habite-t-il? Oh, mon frère habite en Amérique. Mon frère habite en Amérique avec son famille. And my brother lives in America with his family. All right, so that's how we describe our families. So you can tell, even when someone asks you, où habitent tes grands-parents? Oh, mes grands-parents habitent à Kisumu avec mon oncle Onyango. Mes grands-parents habitent à Kisumu avec mon oncle Onyango. My grandparents live in Kisumu with my uncle Onyango, and I had told you that earlier. So that's how you describe your family. You can talk more and more and more. Tell us their names, tell us where they live, tell us much more about all those members of your family. Are we good up to that point? Do you have a question? I would like you to tell me on the comment section whether you have understood everything or whether you need clarification on any of that. Let's do some practice. Tell us about your family. Tu as une famille? Do you have a family? Oui, uno. Yes or no? Then if you answered we, tell us more. Tell us about their names. Tell us about where they live. Yeah, tell us all that about your family. I can give you 10 seconds to practice that, and then we will proceed. Let me know the progress of that exercise in the comments section below. Mhm. Okay, I hope you got enough time to practice how to speak about your family in French. Let's go to the next section. On this second section, we are going to be learning about pets and animals. Pets are those animals that we play with, we hang around with, and the domestic animals are generally animals, all animals that stay at home. So we start with the two common pets, a dog and a cat. A dog is called un chien, un chien, and a cat is called un chat, un chat. So if you want to tell us that you have a pet and it's a dog, you will say j'ai un animal. C'est un chien. And if you want to tell us that you have a cat as your pet, you will tell us j'ai un animal. C'est un chat. And then someone can ask you, comment s'appelle ton chat? That is to ask you, what is the name of your cat? So you say, mon chat s'appelle, then you say the name of your cat. For example, mon chat s'appelle Momo. Mon chat s'appelle Momo. And then someone can ask you, comment s'appelle ton chien? Comment s'appelle ton chien? That is to ask, what is the name of your dog? And you can say, mon chien s'appelle Kali. Mon chien s'appelle Kali. Like if you're talking about your dog and someone asks you, what does he like to eat? He will ask, qu'est-ce qu'il aime manger? Qu'est-ce qu'il aime manger? And then you can answer, il aime manger de la viande, des céréales et des légumes. He likes eating meat, cereals, and vegetables. And then someone can also ask you, et ton chat, qu'est-ce qu'il aime manger? And your cat, what does he like eating? And you can say, mon chat aime boire du lait. Mon chat aime boire du lait. My cat likes drinking milk. My cat likes drinking milk. Okay, so do you have a pet? Is it a cat? Is it a dog? How do we call a cat in French? Un chat. Well done. And how do we call a dog in French? Un chien. Correct. So do you have any of those as a pet in your house? If yes, tell us about it. Comment s'appelle ton chat? What is the name of your cat? Or comment s'appelle ton chien? What is the name of your dog? Qu'est-ce qu'il aime manger? What does it like to eat? So tell us in the comment section below the name of your pet and what it likes eating. I'll be so glad to see that comment there telling us the name of your pet and telling us what it likes eating. I'm giving you 10 seconds to think about that and to write in the comment section below. All right, I hope that is done. Well done. Welcome to the third section of this lesson. We are going to be describing our hobbies in French. What do you like doing whenever you have some free time? Is it cooking? Is it watching TV? Is it gardening? What is your pastime? What is your hobby? Hobbies in French are called les passe-temps. Les passe-temps. So we are going to learn how to describe our hobbies in French. We are going to use j'aime when you want to say I like. Je n'aime pas, that's the opposite when you want to say I don't like. J'adore. J'adore when you're talking about something you love doing. And the opposite, je déteste. Je déteste when you hate doing something. So let's start. I will first of all name a few hobbies in French and then we will use them to form sentences. The first one is singing. Singing is chanter. Répétez après moi, s'il vous plaît. Chanter. Dancing is danser. Danser. Listening to music, écouter de la musique. Écouter de la musique. Watching TV, regarder la télévision. Regarder la télévision. Playing football or playing any game, we say jouer au. So if it's football, we say jouer au foot. Jouer au foot. And playing piano or any musical instrument, we say jouer du. For example, playing piano will be jouer du piano. Jouer du piano. Gardening. Gardening is called jardiner. Jardiner. And the last one for today is cooking. Cuisiner. Cuisiner. Well done. Did you get the correct pronunciation of each one of those? Let's see. How do we say gardening in French? Gardening, jardiner. Well done. How do we say playing piano in French? Playing piano, jouer du piano. Très bien. How do we say singing? Singing, chanter, and dancing. Dancing, danser. Correct. Correct. I can see you listened keenly. Now let's try and form sentences to name some of our hobbies in French. So of course you'll start with your name and then you tell us the hobby that you love doing and the hobby that you like doing and maybe one more activity that you don't like. For example, for me, I'll say, je m'appelle Frida. J'aime chanter et danser. J'adore cuisiner, mais je n'aime pas jardiner. Mais there means but. Mais je n'aime pas jardiner. That is to say, my name is Frida. I like singing and dancing. I love cooking, but I don't like gardening. So what will you say? Form a sentence there. Remember, you start with your name. Tell us what you like by using j'aime. Tell us what you love by using j'adore. And then tell us what you don't like or what you hate. Just one thing. If you want to tell us, I don't like, je n'aime pas. And if you want to say, I hate, je déteste. Let me give you again 10 seconds to think about something that you really like doing, a hobby that you want to tell us about. 10 seconds. Okay. Have you finished? Did you enjoy talking about your hobbies? I'll check on the comment section below and see what you have said over there. We are slowly coming to the end of our lesson today. But before we finish, we will do a recap of what we have learned about today, and then we will go straight ahead to our homework of the day. Let's do a recap. Today, we are learning about moi-même, la deuxième partie. Myself, the second part. We started by describing our families in French, talking about our family members, their names, and where they live in French. I gave you an example where I was describing someone's family. I said, dans ma famille, nous sommes 6. Mes 2 parents, mon frère, mes 2 sœurs et moi. Mes parents s'appellent Monsieur et Madame Kamau. Mon frère s'appelle Molly. Mes 2 sœurs s'appellent Jolie et Dolly. I went again and told you where we live. I said, nous habitons à Nairobi. And then we talked about my uncle and my parents and where they live. We went ahead to the second section where we were learning about my pets. I told you the names of 2 common pets, a dog and a cat. A dog, un chien. A cat, un chat. We tried to form sentences to say their names and to say what they like eating. And then lastly, we came to the third section where we were talking about our hobbies in French. I gave you examples of hobbies. Like, for example, if you want to say singing, you say chanter. If you want to say dancing, you say danser. If you want to say cooking, you say cuisiner. How about watching TV? Regarder la télé. And we formed sentences to name the hobbies that we love, the hobbies that we like, the hobbies that we don't like, and the hobbies that we hate. I was giving you time at the end of each of those sections to form sentences of your own to try and practice what we were learning in class. And I hope you did it successfully. Now, here is your homework of the day. We have 3 pieces of homework. The first one, I would like you to look at these jumbled up words and write them correctly to form the names of family members in French. For example, the first one there, when you look at it keenly, you will see it's père. Père, yes, it's jumbled up, but you can write it correctly. So the other 5, please try and write the names of those family members correctly. You can pause there and copy them down so that you're able to write them down. And then if you finish that activity, send it to my email, frenchwithfrida@gmail.com, or you can send your answers on the comment section below. I will be very happy to see your feedback. The second activity is about matching the French sentences with the correct translation in English. Read out the French sentences and see which one is the correct translation in French. And then you match them. There they are. You can see them. There are 5 sentences. Try and read word by word. Some of them are quite tricky. Read them word by word and try and match them with the correct English translation. You can again pause there and try to translate them. Let me know the feedback in my email also or on the comment section below. The email address is written down there. The third homework is about our hobbies. Write down any of your 2 hobbies in French. Write down any of your 2 hobbies in French. That's easy, right? Yeah, let me know also the progress of that activity on the comment section below or on my email address written down there. That's the end of our lesson today. Did you enjoy? How did you find it? I would like to hear your feedback in the comment section below. This is Learn French with Frida. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can continue receiving notifications every time I upload a video. Share my video widely so that we can reach as many people as possible. Like the video also. Over for now. See you in the next video.